Hi, this is Cindy from Bless My Pixels, and we're going to do a journal with me today. So I'm going to do another Christmas page, and I'm just getting out some of the things that I'm going to need to do this. And then several of the things I'm going to kind of audition to see if it's what I want to do. So this is one of mine. It's called December Girl, and these are the pieces that come with it. I still don't know if I want to do her in the white color or the tea-dyed color, and I'm leaning towards the tea-dyed color. And the way that I did this is I tea-dyed my paper, let it dry of course. I ironed it because tea-dyed paper always comes out really wrinkly, and then I ran it through my printer. So that's how this one came tea-dyed. If you try to print, especially with an inkjet printer, before you tea-dye it, it will just mess the ink up. So don't try it that way. Go the other way. So this is what I have. I also have some twill tape and these little pieces of fabric that I might want to use. Okay, so, and here's the verse that I'm going to use. I chose to do Isaiah 9:6-7, and that's the one that says, "For a child is born to us, a son will be given to us, and the government will rest on his shoulders. His name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. There will be no end to the increase of his government or of peace on the throne of David over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it with justice and righteousness from then on and forevermore. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will accomplish this." So I again printed this on a piece of tea-stained paper, printed it after it was stained and dried. I think what I want to do is, I have this envelope that I would like to be able to write some journaling on and put inside the envelope, but I'm not sure that this bright pink envelope is exactly what I want for this journal, for this page. It might go okay over here, but not for what I'm going to do over here. I think I'm leaning towards this. So I think I would like to cover my envelope in this paper. So I've never done this, but I'm going to try to rip this apart. See how this goes. You know, I think I might use an old razor blade and see if that can help me get through here. Yeah, it's working pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to all be covered. Okay, there's that. And let's try this one this way. Okay, it worked. So I always keep a magnet on my lamp over there, and I just stick my razor blade back on the lamp magnet because that would be a terrible thing to have fall on the floor and then step on it. Okay, so my thoughts are, I'm going to attach the flap of the envelope here like this, and then put all of my stuff on top of it here. So this little piece here doesn't need to be covered, but the inside and the outside here does need to be covered. So let's see what I can do with that. Okay, that looks like it's going to work pretty good. I'll only need to do this top part up here. So let me attach this down. You don't want to sit and watch me glue all this down, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all of my tape applied to the back of my envelope. So now I'm just going to pull off the little tape protectors. I don't know what else you call it, the other part of the tape. So today when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I don't know, do you guys lose stuff? You have it in your hands and you put it down and then you can't remember where you put it, and the next thing you know, you need it, and yeah, man, you spend about half your time trying to get organized. That's my MO. So here it is. All right, and so I want the pretty side of the paper out. I only need it from this part of the envelope down. So like that. So now I'm just going to cut this out. So this morning I was cleaning out my craft room because I keep telling my husband that he's going to have to take avalanche training because someday it's all going to fall on me and he's going to have to get the search dogs out to find me in my craft room. It truly is that bad. So anyway, I was organizing things and I was shocked to find out I used to teach sewing, so I have just tons and tons and tons of sewing supplies, but I have enough elastic that I'm pretty sure I could make a pair of shorts that would go around the earth at the equator and have enough elastic to do that. That's crazy. So anyway, got that organized. So here we go. That's what it looks like. Remember, we don't need to do anything to this little flap. I need one more piece for here in the front. Let's see here. So there's that. All right. So now I put these two little pieces of tape here so that I could pull them off for the inside of the envelope. All right. I want to get it right up to the hinge of that envelope. So there's that. All right. You'll notice I put a piece of tape here on this side. Did not need to do that. Otherwise, I would be closing my envelope. So, but now I do need just a little piece here on this side, on each of the sides. Doesn't have to be spectacular, but it does need to hold it closed. All right. Okay, and I noticed I have a little hangover of the tape. That's not going to be good. Let's get it back over on the other side. All right, so we're going to just push this up like so. And there's that, and I put the tape up too high. So my middle name is, let's make a mistake and then figure out a way to cover it up. So, well, with this all over pattern, this will never show. So there, and we'll just trim this up. So there is the envelope, and then I left this a little long up here so we could trim it when we were done. So there's that. So I'm going to take my distress ink and distress around this just a little bit. Distress ink is just really great stuff because it really kind of covers up things a little bit too, which is kind of nice. So there is that. So that's done. So let's attach this first thing into my page. I'm trying to decide if I want it up higher or just right in the middle. I think I'm just going to go with right in the middle. So I'm just going to use some glue. I'm using Eileen's Clear Gel Tacky Glue. It works really well on paper and it's so much less expensive than Fabri-Tac, and there's no fabric involved in this, so I thought, why not? So I'm going to just find the edge of my page and put this down. So there is my fold in. It's done. Okay, so now I need to decide what I want to cover this page in. Would it be too shocking to do it with the brighter color? I think yes. I'm not going to do that. How about some more just tea-dyed paper? I think that looks pretty nice. So I think that's what I'm going to use. So let me mark it and cut it. All right. So there's that. And you know, because we're just going to pick this up and glue it in when we're done, I'm going to do my building on this sheet and then we'll glue it in at the end. So we know that this is the size of my page. I have my stickers that we can use. I need to cut out my verse. So I would love to hear what you guys are doing getting ready for Christmas. I know there's so many great traditions out there that so many people do. We're really fortunate. I have two little grandchildren. They're just, of course, wonderful. Of course. They're just turned 3 and will turn 5 on December 23rd. So we always have birthday and Christmas all together. We do a big birthday party on the 23rd, then we all get together on the 24th to open presents here at our house, and then we all get together for Christmas dinner on the 25th. So it's a lot, but it's really fun. All right, so here's the pieces that we have. And of course we need to do something to this because it's the same color. It doesn't stand out at all. So let me see. What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? I just wonder, maybe I should just back it with some fabric. I have more of this. It's a pretty one. Or do you like this Christmas one? Christmas one really looks nice too. Decisions, decisions. And I did bring out, see what I mean? You have stuff and then you have to spend forever looking for it. I brought out these cards. So maybe I could put the fabric on that and then attach it down. So let me trim up this card how I want it, and then I'll get the fabric. Okay, so I cut out the little card and I put a little tab on the top of it because I wanted to be able to put this on the top. I just had a piece of tea stain cardstock, ripped out a circle and put 25 on it. So here's the fabric I chose, and I'm just gonna glue this down on our cardstock. All right, put this, ooh, okay, put this on, and then I am gonna let that dry for just a minute and then cut it out. I still have good dressmaker scissors that cut fabric really well. It's really hard to keep them separated from my other scissors because they look really similar. Okay, so that's cut out. Gonna want that up there with this 25 on it. I think I'm gonna put this little piece of fabric behind it, kind of layer it up a little bit. And I still have this little piece too, that if we can find some place to put it, it would be great. So for this, we need to grunge it up a little. Okay, and then for this little fabric thing, let's see if we can get it to ravel a little. Although I think it's cut on the bias, so it's probably not gonna do much. So maybe it would be better if I just messed up the edge a little and then gave it a good zhuzh. Well, still not much, but it's not super pretty. Okay, plan B. Let's distress that too. Move that out of the way. That looks a little better. So, this is getting pretty dry. Should have maybe just stuck my verse down while it was still wet. So let's put some tape on it. Okay, so it's all taped up. Kind of center it down here a little bit. Press it on. Kind of looks nice. When I printed it out, when you're doing your own printing, you can do whatever you want. And so I used an old font, and then I put the Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace in red, just to make it look a little better, a little stand out. So I don't want to cover up the Isaiah thing. And I'm just going to staple that on to that little tab. And I just wonder if we could put a piece of this, because this stuff gets fuzzy really fast. This is actually woven, not printed fabric. There we go. Look how nicely that looks. Okay. So I want the red gingham to show. I want the green to show. I want my staple to show. Okay, so we know that that's where that is. I think I'll put my girl down here. I think I'll layer her up a little. I think I'll put one of these roses over here. And I had some washi tape that comes with this, and so I think I'll cut some of that out. So let me cut it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have those cut out, and we have a darker pink. I think I'll put down here at the bottom, and I think I'll put this up the side. Something along those lines. It kind of fills in the page. So let me glue this down and then get these other things down too. Okay, as I'm putting these down, I'm going to show you a little trick from my sewing days. That iron-on stuff that you iron on the back of fabric to make it so that you can iron it down has paper on the back, and sometimes it's so hard to get off. And this is sticker paper. If you just take and score the back of your paper with a pin, and then you can just break it open from there. So, like that. Because sometimes I'll spend forever sitting there trying to pick that to get it started. So it's a pretty easy trick. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of distress ink on these so they're not quite so bright. Sometimes when I glue something down, I'll use my little glue bottle for a roller. That works pretty good. Alright, then I think we'll put the girl down next. She's the biggest and hardest to place. So let's just dress her up. Same trick. There we go. Okay, so we have her down, and add a little bit more distress ink. And then these little stickers, I'm going to distress those. And here we go. I'll use the same trick and stick those on. Scored the back. Just don't do it so hard that you go through the paper and rip your sticker. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is use my marker and just do a little drawing on here. I think I'll just make little stitches around this sticker. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So now we need to attach it into our journal, into my journal. So about like so. I'm going to, first off, this does need just a little bit more glue. So there's that, and then I'm going to distress this little area right here where the paper's going to go over it, but that little tiny bit of pink might show through right there at the crack. So I think we've got all the pink covered up. Alright, so do I glue or do I tape? I think I'm going to glue it down. Okay, let's get this back in frame and glue this down. Lining it up right on that edge, covering up the flap of the envelope. And really pressing it into place. Okay, so I'm going to prepare a little tag to go into here. I haven't done that yet, and I'll put my journaling on it. And then my journaling will go into here. And I'm going to talk about how thankful I am that Jesus came to earth and was born for us. For a child was born to us, a son was given to us. So there's that. And I think I'm going to go print one more sticker and put her here on the front. I think that would be really nice. I went ahead and printed her just on a piece of tea-stained cardstock. So I'm just going to cut her out. Thought it would be just as easy to print out a single item on a piece of cardstock instead of sticker paper. And there she is. So now I'm going to stain around the edges and decide what else it needs. It kind of blends in a little bit. So let's see here. I still have some of this. I also have this. Do I need more than that? I don't know. I also have some cheesecloth. I wonder how that would look if I did cheesecloth and kind of frayed it around the edges. What do you think? I really love that kind of really frayed look. I mean, I even put the cheesecloth around the edge of my book when I built it. So I think I'm going to give this a try. So let's give it a cut. Let's go back to my good scissors. So here's this piece. So here's this piece. I'm going to trim off the top a little. And then I really liked this red piece too. Let's give that a try, see what it's like. If we just put glue on the back, well, wait a minute, almost messed up. I'm going to use this. This one is not cut on the bias, so it should fray pretty good. Sometimes if you take a pin and just go in for just a couple of threads, you can get it to go. And then just pull them out sideways. So there's a little bit there. And let's do the end. Looks pretty good. So I'll glue this piece down first, making sure that I get the ends of it pretty good in the middle, just right across there. Press it down, and now the back of this. It's another nice thing. If it would have been a sticker, I would have had to do more gluing, because the sticker, part of the sticker wouldn't have gone through that cheesecloth. So yay. Oh, boo. Well, here we go. Okay. And then push it down. I'm going to use my rolling pin. Get her nice and squished down. So there, my journal binding's still fraying off. So there she is. I really kind of like that. That worked out pretty good. So we'll flip this open, and I will be writing my journaling notes. So until next time, this was Cindy from Bless My Pixels.